Hello and welcome to another interesting literature in English class. My name is Precious Balogun. Our theme for today is General Introduction to Drama, and our topic is Language and Style, Part 1. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define language and define style. Drama is a genre of literature that makes use of characters that bring a story to life, and they do this through the use of dialogues, acts, and scenes. When we say dialogues, we're talking about conversations between two or more characters. And then when we say acts, we're talking about the actions of these characters, what they do and what they do not do. And then when we talk about scenes, we refer to the setting of the story or the play. Now, it is important to know that every play has some form of communication in it. And this communication can be verbal or non-verbal. When we say verbal communication, it is spoken. Or when we say non-verbal communication, it is acted or performed. Characters engage in non-verbal communication through pantomimes and mimes, while they engage in verbal communication through language. Now, let's see what language really is. Language is a tool of human communication that has to do with the use of sounds, words, phrases, or sentences to communicate ideas or thoughts to people. Language can be written or spoken. There are different ways we communicate with people. Language is one of the ways we communicate our ideas, opinions, thoughts, and feelings to people. Playwrights use language to express their creative ideas to their audience or readers. Language use and dialogue in the play gives us a clear description of the actions in the play and the different characters in the play. Now, let's take a look at more things on language. The playwright's language can be simple, complex, or ambiguous. For instance, William Shakespeare, he makes use of archaic words. That means he makes use of old words. Now, let's look at an example. If I profane with my unworthiest hand, go then for 'tis in vain. The words underlined here are archaic words. Knowing a playwright's style helps the readers or audience understand the play better. Now, let's know what style really is. Style is the manner in which a playwright expresses his thoughts and ideas through writing to his audience or readers. Now, this can be done through his language, which is his choice of words and sentence structure, or costume, if it's a drama, the clothes that the characters put on, settings, which is the environment in which a story is acted or played. Examining a playwright's choice of words and sentence structure help us know his or her writing style. Now, let's take a look at some examples of style. Here we have 3 examples that show 3 different styles of writing. The first says, she walks across the road. The second, she moves on foot from the far side of the road. And finally, the last says, with the step of a gazelle, she walks majestically across the road. These sentences mean the same thing. The difference is in the choice of words and the sentence structure used by the writers. Now, let's take a look at other examples. Let's take a look at these 2 playwrights, Wole Soyinka and Chinua Achebe. Wole Soyinka makes use of dramatic techniques deeply rooted in Yoruba folklore. And some elements are symbolism, flashback, irony, humor, poetic style, and satire. On the other hand, Chinua Achebe makes use of simple sentence structure. The style of a playwright sets him apart from other playwrights. It makes him different and creates an identity for him. So that when you pick up a book, you can tell that this is Wole Soyinka or this is Chinua Achebe. It creates an identity for him or her. There are different elements that playwrights use to show style. They are tone, choice of words, grammar, descriptive techniques, and so on. In our next lesson, we'll talk more on these elements or devices. But before we go, let's take a quick summary of what we have learned so far. We've learned that language is a tool for human communication in which we make use of sounds, words, phrases, and sentences to communicate our thoughts and feelings. We also learned that language can be written or spoken. And finally, we've learned that style is the manner in which a playwright expresses his or her writing. Now, let's go on to test ourselves on the following questions. Question 1. What is language? A. It is a tool for human communication, either written or spoken. B. It is the emotion the playwright expresses through his or her characters towards the subject of a play. C. It is the manner in which a playwright expresses his or her writing. The correct answer is A. It is a tool for human communication, either written or spoken. Question 2. What is the way or manner in which a playwright uses language to express his or her play? A. Identity. B. Style. C. Language. The correct answer is B. Style. This will be all for now. I believe by now you know what language is and you know what style is. See you in our next class. Bye.